Hey, Kajaria. How you doing, Kajaria? What y'all did today, Kajaria? Nothing. I went over to my friend's house. Can I join? Sure, you can join if you want to, girl. If you want to. You know how to hit the link out. I forgot to say that. I do. There is a link that can be hit to come up and talk to me, but you have to keep in mind it is only one person at this time. So just to be considerate for others. And if you want to hit the link, just put it in the chat that you want to. So like the person that's already up, we can kind of like wrap it up and allow the next person to come up and chat. But one of the things that I'm gonna get it out in the live point blank period. But today we fried chicken with RJ, and that was fun. We had a good time. If y'all missed that live, go back and check that live out from earlier today. Um and Kajari, you have to go to my community wall where it says my community post. And when you go to my community post, there is a post that I just put up. It probably will say like a minute or two ago. And the link is there up under that post that you can hit, and then you'll be able to, I can bring you up here. Um, but yeah, we fried chicken with RJ today. Um, and it was a good time, good conversation. Just, point blank period growth. But something happened to me last night that I'm gonna bring you up, Kajaria. And I'm gonna finish talking about. Hey, girl. I'm gonna finish talking about this part right here, so I can finish my statement. Because sometimes I'll be all over the place. So let me get
Okay,
this
I'm gonna
one
put
out.
myself on mute.
Okay. Um, but I hate to keep repeating myself. But the day we did, I fried chicken with RJ. But after my night ended last night, the live that I did last night, um, before I got off, I was feeling little sharp pains, right? And I kind of did the same thing that I did prior to me telling y'all I got this new doctor. And he was telling me not to ignore any of my pains, because remember, I'm new to doing chemotherapy and all of that stuff. I don't know anything much about it, but my doctor warned me about letting myself go to a place because I have a high pain tolerance. Don't allow yourself to go to that place and then try to start taking medicines to stop it from happening, because some of the pains that you go through in chemo or with cancer, it's not something you want to let the pain get to an 8 before you do something about it. You have to take something as soon as you start. And I'm not that kind of person. Just think about it. I'm that person that um I've given birth to 9 children, and I don't use I don't get like the medicines, the epidurals, and none of that stuff. So I have a high pain tolerance. When I tell you the nerve pain that this chemo causes is like, I ain't never been tased by the police before, and I don't ever want to be tased. But it felt like if you would get tasered, that is what happened. I mean, it was sending these sharp pains literally. Last night after this live, I ended up in tears. The pain was so bad. And anybody who knows, if you on chemo or anything like that, they give you the meds. They don't mind giving you the meds. You get good, strong medicines. I'm telling you, the medicines was not working. Why weren't they working? Because I waited too late to take them. I actually had to stack something. I took the good old meds that the doctor, sometimes some of these meds they give you, you don't really want to be telling nobody out loud about what you got or whatever like that. But on top of the meds that they give me, which are strong, I also had to take 3 Tylenol. That's how bad the pain was along with that. And I even thought to myself, girl, you could be putting yourself in a position where you have to go to the hospital. But that pain was so bad. And literally, I'd got no sleep last night. I stayed up all night going through that pain all the way until it didn't go away until about 6:30, 7 o'clock this morning, and then I fell off into a sleep. And then I had to get right back up. And then it was time for us to do to fry chicken with RJ. So I had a rough night only to get a great day. I can tell you it had a great day. And in the live frying chicken with RJ, the pain started to come back. And honey, I listened this time. This time I got up out of line. I'll say, RJ, excuse me for a minute, because I'm feeling pains and I feel my smile starting to disappear. Let me get up from here and go take some medicine. Like, I'm learning to not even play with it. So um that was my situation last night. I know a lot of y'all might have saw the shorts. I try to keep it up because I said that in this journey that I'm going down, I'm gonna bring y'all along the journey with me to let y'all see that, like things that happen along this journey. So I wanted to make sure I get that out and then, go ahead with the live. Hello, Mount Sparrow and Beats. How are you? Love you, girl. I'll be back. Okay. All right, Kajaria. Sorry to keep you on hold, girl. I just wanted to get that out. And
No, you're good.
how are you, girl?
I'm good. I'm good. Just chilling. I
That's
went
good.
over to my friend's house. Well, I actually spent the night over my friend's house yesterday, and then we were supposed to go to the beach, but apparently that didn't happen because it started to rain. So we just stayed inside.
Well, that's cool. And for y'all, I want y'all to know that even though I look at her, she like my little sister or whatever, but Kajaria is actually, we're not gonna tell what your age is, but we're gonna tell them that you are older than 20.
Yes.
Okay, so that's what we gonna be with that. So we not up here talking to a little kid. She look like she little and everything, like, and to represent you looking like a young, because then that means when you get like 50 and 60 years old, you gonna still be looking like you 30. So girl, it gonna
No,
come.
trust me, I get that a lot. People are asking me like, "Oh, is she 12 or is she like
Yeah,
10?" I'm like,
I done been with you a couple of times when people thought you was a little bitty girl and
yeah.
you're the age you is. You and it may not feel good like right now, but because you're getting tired of people thinking you're a little girl. I remember we done went in the hair stores and stuff together, and the lady was like, I don't know if this is going to be appropriate for her. Was like, that's what happens when you make assumptions and everything. But she looks like a little girl, but she's not. She's old enough. But I just say to it, stay in it right now and be. Yeah, she looks really, really young, but she's not. She's in her 20s. She's been through a lot of stuff in her life. She's also been through. She's
Chemo.
one of the people that when I'm going through things is like I asked her. I when she was going through chemo. Um, she I actually cut her hair like mine when she was going through chemo. She couldn't even leave the hospital. I had to go to the hospital and cut her hair for her. So
Yeah, they wouldn't let
you
me
know,
leave the hospital.
right. So, but you see somebody TT V Pro says you're so lucky. Yeah, I'm telling you, when you get older, like it'll come in handy, and you'll be like, you still look, you look so young or whatever. But
Yeah. Yeah,
yeah.
actually Shauna did I remember Shauna did cut my hair when I was in the hospital going through chemo and stuff like that.
And how old were you when you went through your chemo?
I think I was about 13 or 14 when I started
Yeah,
chemo. It was kind of hard for me because, it's not easy, and
trust
sometimes
me,
the
I know.
doctors will come in and then they want to like take blood. And as when I was like 13 or 14, when I first started doing the chemo, I kind of got a little bit agitated
Mm-hmm.
because I didn't want them to like, bother me, but I know that I was really sick, so I already knew what my body was gonna go through, but I didn't know I was gonna go through all the sickness, like the throwing up and the weak part.
Yeah.
That
So,
kind of like slowed me down a little bit.
so with you going through the things that you went through, in your opinion, is it easy for you to see somebody to watch somebody else go through that process knowing what you went through?
Um, I would say it's not easy. It's not really easy to go through chemo. Like, once again, I've been through it, so it's not really fun at all. And you
Mm-hmm.
have to really be careful what you eat, and then you have to be careful like who you be around, because even though that you're out of the hospital, you think that you're doing good, which you're literally not doing good. You still
Mm-hmm.
gotta be careful from your surrounding. Like, you don't. And
Yeah.
then plus, when I was in the hospital, when I got out the hospital, I had to wear a mask around
Mm-hmm.
everywhere. It was uncomfortable, but I know I had to wear it. I didn't
For
like
me
it.
too, for me too, I don't really like the mask, so I don't because I feel like it restricts my breathing, and you already know it's like when you trying to walk around and stuff like that, you don't have a lot of energy
Mm-mm.
when you going through chemo. So putting on that mask makes it just that much harder to do things. So I opt out of going in the stores and stuff like that unless it's like a really quick, like in there and out of
In
there.
and
Like
out.
I don't mess around with the in the stores and stuff, especially right now because everybody is coughing. Even
Hmm.
my kids, they done started back going to school and everything. So now they coughing and all of that stuff. And so it's just like I kind of have to stay back. I gotta spray Lysol every every time somebody come in my space and move back out because it ain't easy to
Mm-mm. It's
for your
sad.
body to heal because your immune system is down.
Yeah.
Somebody said my mom has cancer. It's sad. I don't understand what it's like going through it, but I know what it feels like to watch. Well,
It's kind
we
of
are,
different though.
huh?
I want to say like it's kind of different because, with me, like, how you have the port.
Mm-hmm.
I had a port, and it was like they had to drain, like they had to do, like, I think it's when they do chemo
When
in
they
the port
when
too.
they access the port to my when they put the needle in,
Yeah, but
right?
they didn't put a they did put a needle, but I was out when they put it in.
Mm.
I wasn't
When they
awake.
put the port in, you talking about you was out.
Hmm.
Or
Like they
every time you did chemo, did they have to stick you every time in the port where the
Mm-mm.
port
It
is?
was
Or they just
no, it
you
stayed.
left they left yours in, right?
Yes, they left
Yeah,
mine
because you
in,
was
but they changed it.
continuously.
But they have to change it every now and then. They have to change the tape,
Uh-huh.
and then I would get scared because I'd be feeling like, oh, what if that port comes out, or
Mm-hmm.
like, so definitely have I'd be looking down at my port. I'd be like, oh, I hope it don't come out. But they say it stays in. But it's still hard though. It was really hard for me when I couldn't hang out with my friends. I couldn't do the things that used to do, like going to school. I had to do homeschooling. And I love school. I really loved going to school. But then when I had found out I couldn't go to school and see my friends, I was like, oh no, I gotta stay home. But at least I did do virtual school.
Hmm.
So I kinda like got my grades all up and stuff. So I
So
didn't
are
have
you
to go
put
back.
you said you love school. So are you planning to go to college, or are you just, I know you did your interns and all of that kind of stuff like that.
Yeah.
Or are you still do you still want to go to college for anything, or you just want to
I'm thinking
kind of
about
build off of
going.
what you already did?
I think doing what I do is best, but I'm actually thinking about going to college for cosmetology because I like doing nails and I love doing yeah, I love doing nails. So I'm
Hmm.
thinking about going to cosmetology school. That's gonna find
Cool.
the right one.
That would be nice. It's one right there. Well, we ain't giving out no addresses or anything, but it's one real close to the hospital where you came and see me at.
Yes.
You pass by it right before you
Yes, I did.
yeah, so it's good, it's good things, but it's good to hear that you thinking about those things. It ain't too late, girl.
No,
Go ahead
it's
and get
not.
in there. Do you still have your port in, or
No,
they took it?
I have it out. They took it out.
Oh, okay. How long do you remember how long it was before after you finished with chemo and then they said that you were good? How long
Um,
did it take them to take the port out?
I mean, it didn't take that long for them to
No,
take
I'm
it.
saying, like, how long when you finished with chemo and everything, how long did they wait before they took it out once you finished with it? That is what I'm asking you.
I would probably say like 10 days.
Oh, really? That fast?
Yeah, not fast. And
You
I
see,
was kind of happy though.
I'm already thinking about the day when mine is over with. I'm already thinking about that day.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And Shauna is the one that always come and does my hair. I'm trying to learn how to do my own hair. I didn't do this, but I'm
But
trying
that's
to learn.
that's good though. That is good. If all the time I don't feel bad or whatever, but it's just like I don't want to like leave outside of my space, and I feel like, on days that you feel good, I still wouldn't mind doing your hair, but the only thing is you have to take the ride out here
Yeah,
and be in my space. So it's, to me, like, it's cool as long as you make sure yourself is not sick and stuff like that.
yeah.
It is what
I
it
kind
is.
of do
But
miss Shauna though.
we gonna get the hang out and stuff like that.
Yeah,
It's just temporary. Sometimes you have to be separated from each other, not for
yeah,
long periods of time, but we still get the chat and talk.
yeah. Shauna's like my godmom. I'm like one of her
Yeah,
little children.
yeah, one of the crew.
Yay.
Yeah,
Someone said my mom has broken her leg and she
yeah,
broke them last night.
yeah. I kind of like ignored that person a little bit because,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, sometimes it's like a little, you leave them in there. You're not quite sure whether they trolling or not, or
Mm.
just trying to disturb what you're talking about. Because
Yeah.
none of that. I don't mind having different conversations, and I'm sure the conversation gonna change all kinds of ways. But you were the first one to hit the link, so we gonna talk about what we share in common and what's going on with us at the moment. But we talk about all kinds of things, but we was nowhere near talking about no watermelon or no nothing like that. And by the way, I hate watermelon. So
You don't like watermelon?
no, everybody has that same response when I say that. I don't like it in trees. I don't like it in cars. I do not like green eggs and ham. No, I'm just joking. Yeah, I don't like watermelon, but I'm growing watermelon. I done growed our watermelon for this season. We got one more left out there. So no,
I don't
it
like
ain't no.
broccoli.
Oh, I now see. I love broccoli.
I
Now I
don't
gotta
like
look at you
broccoli.
sideways. You don't like broccoli.
I don't like
Fine.
broccoli.
That's like my. That's one of my favorites. I actually had a dream the other night that I had a freezer full of broccoli. Ain't that crazy? Dreaming about broccoli. Girlface says, "Hey, Kajaria."
Hey,
Yeah. So I'm
I
gonna.
like raw carrots though. I eat raw carrots and I dip them in
Yeah.
ranch and eat it.
Well, that's good. Those are good for you. You should take your broccoli and a piece of broccoli and raw broccoli and dip it in the ranch too
I'm gonna
and
try
bite it.
it.
You gonna try it?
Yeah, I'm gonna try
Wow,
it.
that's amazing to even hear you say you gonna try it. You ain't
Yeah, I'm
never
try-
tried it with ranch before? Just raw broccoli, like in the tray or whatever.
Mm-mm.
Listen, I'm just telling you to eat it that way because you don't like broccoli, but I've never eaten raw broccoli either. But I like when I cook my broccoli, I only cook it enough just to like steam it just a little bit. I kind of like
Hmm.
it on the crunchy side, so I'm so close to raw that it is what it is.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna we gonna let you down to see if somebody else want to come up. But also too, I'm gonna get to talking about because I know there's gonna be questions about the chicken from last night, and so we'll chat later.
All right.
Love
Bye, guys.
you.
Love you too.
Yeah, that was Kajaria. Everybody be thinking like she's a little girl, and she is not. Kajaria is in her 20s. She has a story all of her own, and I hate to be like telling her story because like she is like an inspiration to me for what I've been through. She had leukemia and she had to go through chemo. I cut her hair. I do her hair. There's some videos of her of where I've done her hair and stuff before, but she is a walking testimony, her own self. She has been through. Hey, Shamika. Hey, Damien. Damien says, "How that fried chicken taste to your peoples?" We still waiting on the verdict. The one who did say something about the fried chicken was Dolly Bear, who is Phoenix in the chat. Phoenix fried chicken along with us today. We saw RJ set up and him and his kids sit down to the table. I even think they took a little sneak of a bite during the thing. But Dolly just went straight on in for it. She ate her piece of chicken, one of her pieces of chicken, right on live, and her eyes was rolled in the back of her head. So I guess it turned out okay, Damon. I missed it, LOL. And try broccoli with cheese, or raw with ranch. Um, Now I done had broccoli with cheese before. I like to make this dish where it's like a broccoli, a chicken and broccoli casserole or whatever. Except for I don't do it with the chicken. I will do it with chicken and have done it before, but I like to cut up these sausages that we go to the meat house and get. Cut the sausages up, brown them like really good with some onions and all of that good stuff. And then you throw the broccoli in with it, but cook you some rice and then mix it in and put cheese in it. And my kids and I really, really love that. And I try to I try to make the broccoli be like the dominant thing that's in there. And so we eating a whole lot of broccoli and a few pieces of like the sausages or whatever. But yeah, that's really, really good. I love broccoli. Broccoli is like one of my favorite. But I don't eat no salad dressing at all. None. I don't like salad dressing. I done tried ranch because you know how sometimes when you're younger, you may not like your taste buds ain't all developed right and all of that stuff just yet. So when you grow up, it's things you didn't like when you was a kid. You kind of come into those places and then you straight with it when you get older. I never came into salad dressing. Salad dressing is not my thing. When we have salad night, I love salad. And everybody be like, girl, you gross. I put mustard on my salad. And that's what I eat. Usually it's like a grill. My salads is always a grilled chicken salad. So it's like eating a grilled chicken sandwich. I put mustard on my on my salad, and that's how I eat it. Anything else got to do with dressing? Mm-mm, I can't do it. You say I do it. But yeah, that if you didn't get to see the fried chicken video that we did today, frying chicken with RJ, y'all should go and watch it. We had some good conversation and some good cooking. And who wanna be the next person that come up where we do a dish together? We gonna cook something together. Even though I wasn't cooking nothing. I was just the one giving the instructions. If you got something that you don't know how to cook and I possibly know how to cook it and you're not afraid to let me just give you a little guidance in how to do it. I'll make it easy. I'll make it easy for you. You know, hopefully zero anxiety, just fun, and let's work it out. You know, some people, a lot of people scared of frying chicken because they scared it's gonna splash them or anything like that. Then so they don't, they horrified of it. So you know, frying chicken ain't one of the easiest things to just jump in and say, I'm gonna do that. But that's what we did. Again, tonight I have the link that's dropped onto my community wall, which is my post. If you would like to hit the link, you can go to my community wall, just click on the link and it will bring you up here to answer questions or have a conversation with me. Let's talk on the phone. This our telephone right here. They call this, we FaceTiming. That's all. We FaceTiming right now. But yeah, RJ was supposed to come back, and he wasn't promising that he didn't promise or anything that he wasn't promising that he would come through and do it tonight, but he did say that he would come back. He would come. He just did not say tonight that he would come and give a review on what his chicken turned out. But I think he already knew how his chicken was gonna turn out before he left off of the live. And hopefully, what was put up there that and some other people didn't know, that you maybe learned something from it. When we were planning this, we had a whole bunch of people telling us different ways that you can do fried chicken. And of course, I know a lot of those ways. I've cooked for 14 children in my life. Probably more than 14 children, I'm pretty sure. But I've cooked a lot of meals. And still at the end of the day, I don't there's some things that I don't know how to cook. I never tried them. You know what I ain't never cooked before? Who on here know how to cook oxtails? I can cook them, but guess what? If I cook them, I ain't gonna eat them. I ain't never ate an oxtail before, and I'm kind of like scared. People say that if you is there could you compare an oxtail to a steak? I'll ask that question. Can you compare an oxtail to a piece of steak? I don't know. I'm asking that because if they do compare to one another, I don't eat steak either. So I don't like steak. If it's not like a cube steak, I don't eat steak. No stew beef, no anything like that. So I can one of the reasons I say that I done cooked oxtails before. Um but it's not something that I'm gonna sit there and I'm gonna give it a taste test to see if I can add anything or take anything away from it. So I don't know. But what I do know is if I did cook it, my kids would eat it. Because they be going to like the little Jamaican restaurants and stuff like that, getting stuff from them. And one of the things they always get is oxtails from them. So I know they would eat it, but I think you can compare it to a roast beef. See that, Shamika? That's why I said that. I think somebody told me that before, and so being that it kind of compares to that. Where the oxtail come from? The oxtail come from the cow too. See, I don't know much. I don't know much about it. I just I only cooked oxtails, I think probably twice in my life. I'm almost 50 years old, so that ain't a lot of experience. That's a lot of space in between. Um, so no, it's probably something that I definitely would not like. So, um, but yeah, somebody told me it's kind of got a taste like a steak or a roast or something like that. And so, yeah, it wouldn't be my thing. So it ain't something like I would taste it to see, probably not even to see if it's seasoned right or whatever. I'm gonna throw the seasonings in there that I think should go in there in the way that, you know, just just thinking about how to cook something. That's what I would do, and then I just let it be. And then they want it falling off the bone. Let me put it in this crock pot and put this lid on here, and put it under the pressure cooker for a little while. It'll fall off the bone. It'll fall off the bone. Comes from the cow. Okay, yeah. So then we dealing with. I don't do beef stuff. But let me tell you something. It's a lot of things that I be saying. I don't eat that, and I ain't never tried it before. Case in point, chitlins. Just the way they smell, you ain't gonna get me to try. You ain't gonna get me to try it. Mm-mm. But let me tell you something. When I was a kid, I had this thing where and I think I told y'all this before. I love to peel stuff, and everybody be like, "Girl, you so weird." When we do family functions and stuff, and they want chitlins, I always volunteer. I'll clean them because I just love to sit there and just peel and peel and peel. And I'm gonna look at every inch of it, and I'm gonna peel everything off that does not supposed to be there. I'm actually going to triple team, triple clean the chitlins because I'm gonna clean them and get everything off of them. Then I'm gonna go back through them again and peel everything, make sure I got everything off of them. I'm going to then put them in water and boil them, and then I'm going to clean them once again before I actually start cooking them. Now, I've been told that I can cook some chitlins, but I don't know how I can cook them and not taste them. Yeah, the scent from them is horrible, but I will gladly clean them. Everybody's like, girl, you can make some money during the holidays by volunteering to clean people's chitlins, like $25 a bucket or something. And I was like, I just love doing that. I love like the crazier things in life. You know, we talked about that earlier today. I'm weird, but I like being weird. I like being different. I like being different or whatever. But I'm telling you, one time we did, my family bought 6 buckets of chitlins. I think they 10-pound buckets. You know, y'all know how them y'all ones that eat chitlins. You know how they come in that red bucket with the white lid on top of it. They bought 6 of those. You had to clean them for free. They bought 6 buckets of them one year, and they was like, "You sure you gonna do this? Bring them to me at least a week before you want them done, especially if it's 6 buckets, which will give me a chance to do a bucket a day." Cause once I know I got the chitlins in there, I already done set my mind up. I get to peel chitlins every day. I'll do a bucket a day. By the time that last one comes along and you get ready to come and pick them up, they already done. But yeah, I love to peel stuff. I even told y'all about one time. I seen somebody when I was a little girl. I think I probably was like 7. I see if I would see somebody's car that got like a little rust spot on it and like the paint chipping in that area right there, it ain't funny, but I used to be like flicking like if it's lifting up already, I feel like I need to help it come up off of there already. So, it's like it's It's amazing to be weird. Cause you ain't that means you ain't like anybody else that's around is like who wants to be a duplicate of everybody where you can't somebody can look at this person over here and they'll never have to see you or any of that because I could just look at this person over here, they the same as you. You know, when you weird, when people call you weird, start to embrace that. Cause I know it's some people they absolutely hate when somebody call them weird or something like that. I've even called somebody weird before, but I also call myself weird. And I don't think it's like, we talked about this earlier too today, is that, we weird people. We got standards and maybe people look at us and feel like, you think you better than somebody else. It don't be about that. You already done experienced that space. You know what you got. So if I continue to move in the way that I already moved in, like that now I'm working on the area of insanity. You know what I'm saying? They say when you do the same thing over and over again and you expect a different result, that is the definition of insanity. So when you done been through what it is that you been through before in life, and though you got this other person that's close by you and they do the same thing, you already know that they probably can do it and get away with it and it makes sense to you, but then you have to excuse yourself from the equation because you already know you done got that banana peel effect. And if anybody don't know what the banana peel effect is, soon as you try to do something that you've been set apart, that you can't do that no more, and you soon as you try it, that banana peel be right there sitting on the ground waiting for as soon as you turn around to walk away out of that situation, you step on the banana peel and fall on the ground and bump your head. So, don't be afraid to be weird. Not at all. Don't be afraid. Shamika says, I'm weird too, the Tashanna, because I didn't mind. Right, right, right. No, yes, yes, I don't mind it. Yeah, I don't know. Everybody used to be just like, I've even been called crazy before because I want to, I want to, do chitlins. Maybe if I feel okay during the Christmas holidays, then I might be like, anybody cooking chitlins, you can bring them my way. I'll clean them away for you. I don't know that, and then I don't be volunteering myself too because I don't be knowing how I'm gonna feel one day to the next one. But like just even thinking about doing it right now is just like, I want to clean some shit. I like to have paper. You know how like you have a paper, like you get a candy bar or whatever, right? And it got the silver on it, but it's also wrapped in like a what kind of paper? That paper you call like parchment paper or something like that. But it's a candy bar like you bought from the grocery store or whatever. If it got like that silver or gold or whatever on it, I'm gonna try and peel it every single time to see if I can get it. I remember one time as a little girl, I used to do that every time I get a candy bar, and I would keep the I started making like this a little aluminum ball from the peelings that I took from off of the paper. And then my mama threw it away. She was like, "You ain't gonna keep this junk." I tried to keep it hid or whatever, but my mama was such a neat freak, and like everything had to be in its place or whatever. And if she found something that was garbage or whatever, it was going in the garbage. My kids make stuff like rubber band balls or whatever. It made me think back to that right there. So I don't touch they stuff that be like that right there. And right now my kids got like a rubber band ball that's like this big right here. But yeah, I think you make up those things because it's just something you love doing at that time. And I feel like if it's not harmful, it ain't hurting anybody or whatever, let them have it. I think you'll grow out of it. I don't peel paint from people's cars. I don't peel paints from other things or whatever. Unless it's like I got a dolly outside that it stay outside in the weather or whatever. Like if I see the paint peeling off of that and I was sitting next to it, I still would I'm telling you, the kid in me would still take, and if I see a piece about to flick off of it or whatever, I'm gonna flick it off of there. I will not lie. I will actually flick it off of there. That's just that's just me. So I love peeling stuff. And as a matter of fact, when you're talking about peeling stuff, when I was a little kid, any little sore, anything that got a scab over it or whatever, I will pick that off too. I don't know if anybody was like that. I did anything that you can peel. Oh, one of the favorites is you get that glue and put it on your hand and let it dry. That was like that was like the favorite thing to do. If you ain't have anything else to peel, you put that glue on your hand and you let it dry. And oh God, you try to go slow because you can peel it off really fast. Another one, which is I never get my fingernails polished because I can't never make it past the day. It's just something in me is like peel it off. You know you want to peel it. That's how it be, just like that. It's like like the fingernail polish be whispering to you. So because it be whispering to me, it got to be one of them good fingernail polish that be stuck for dear life. If I can even get the edge of it just right here on the edge of the fingernail, if I can get it to lift up, and what I always challenge myself to do is to peel the whole thing where it come off like the shape of your fingernail. Yes, I'm a peeler. I'm weird. Yeah, I know it's a lot of people probably say, "Girl, that ain't weird." I do that all the time, all the time. So yeah, that's just another little thing that I do. Yeah. So, but I don't know if anybody else wanted to come up or whatever. Y'all know how I be feeling like the white noise, and I feel like I done talked and talked and talked. And you know, if nobody else wants to hit the link, y'all know I'm used to getting up here and sitting here, and I say I be talking to myself the whole time. And I say that y'all know why I say that. I say that because I'm looking at myself on this screen unless somebody types something in the chat. And for those of you who keep telling me to put some grease to oil my head is not dry nowhere. What you see when my head sitting up like this is the lot of my hair is gray in the front. So the little white peach fuzz that you see kind of gives me the tone of I'm like my scalp is dry or something. But it ain't, and to me looking at it right now, it's like I can still see like it's kind of like on the patchy side or whatever. But that ain't nothing we gonna worry about. That's a part of the process, I guess. Cause y'all know I don't be knowing what I be talking about. I'm in the um I'm in the midst of going through this here battle, and I don't know. And I can tell y'all, I want to be mindful of the things that I be saying because sometimes I can easily forget that I'm in this battle that I am, and I'll be like, the battle ain't that rough, but I have some really, really amazing days where I can laugh and smile for the majority of the day. But you all on here know, hey Brandon, you all on here know that I have had, ooh, I done had some bad days. And the thing is I don't go all the way into details with y'all with when I have bad days, they are really bad days. I never let on to you all that the days that I was in the hospital, being in the hospital is a mental fight all on its own. Anybody been in the hospital? If you been there, hey, kicking it with D. If you been in the hospital one day, maybe 2 days, and you be like, cool, I'm out of here. You know they letting you out of there. But when it's constantly happening to you this week, We gonna skip a week and you gonna be back in there the next week. And every time you go in there, you staying 4 or 5 days mentally. If nothing else, is the process be heavy. But I'm what I have to go back and say to myself for the way that I look at it now and been like, oh, it was, this ain't, I'm going through a battle, but to me, it's like it ain't really a battle. I think because of all the bad things, if you in a situation and it's like you handling it, but it's rough, it's heavy on you. You know what I'm saying? But you handle it. You can lay down and you can go to sleep at night. You can walk around and you thinking about it, but when you talk to somebody, it ain't the thing that you got to talk about the whole time or whatever. Go back to all of those hard times and the bad things that happened to you back in the days and be thankful for the things that you went through back in the days, because the thing that you looking at in front of you right now, you wouldn't be able to do it had you not been through the. I know without a shadow of a doubt, the things that I've been through in life have been heavy. But had I not gone through them, I can't imagine jumping from everything going perfect in your life and all of a sudden at this age in your life, this heavy thing comes along. I- you wouldn't be able to make them. All of the things you've been through previous before is like you was in the gym working out, pumping yourself up to get through the things that's coming, later down the line. Brandon says, I admire you so much, Tashanna. You are an amazing human being. Thank you, Brandon. Thank you, thank you, thank you very much for that. But in real life, I'm just regular smegular, and I just be talking about the stuff that you know what? Let me say this, Brandon. See, because I can just hear my sister in my ear right now. My sister say, I hate it when people give you a compliment and you try to push it away. She say, learn how to just say thank you and accept it and leave it alone. I just heard that real quick. So I'm just gonna say, Brandon, thank you. And I didn't need to add that extra part onto it. I'm just a person that growing up, you never got, oh, you beautiful. Oh, you look so nice. You very smart. You never got any of that stuff. So when people give you compliments later on in life, it's an uncomfortable thing. And I guess you have to be in that position to know like what it's like when people come along and compliment you and everything. It's like, what they say, that's it feel kind of icky, like blank man. Blank man, that's kind of icky. No, let me quit. Yeah, so it's kind of like that. So I have to, you know, learn. I be telling other people don't do that to themselves too and everything, but I have to recognize too when I be doing that to myself. So, those of you all who just came in, I have a link posted that you can join the link and you can ask me any questions or have a conversation with me if you like. It is on my. You will have to leave from out of here and go on my page and go up under my post. The post is listed there. You can hit the link and join me up here. And if not, then we gonna do it like any other night and get ready to get up out of here. But it ain't necessary that I have to go right now. It's just I don't know if I have anything else to talk about. Cause y'all know I don't like white noise. Just sitting here and just not having anything anything that I'm saying. But in my mind, it's like my mind steady be going. Cause in actuality, I can keep y'all. I can sit on here and I can talk uh, probably all day long. If somebody just keep asking a question, I talk a lot. I talk a lot, yeah, I love conversation though with with people. Right, wrong, indifferent when they don't agree, when they don't understand and everything. Sometimes people don't understand me because sometimes when you telling me about something, I just have questions. And not questions where like I'm trying to discredit you or nothing like that. When somebody telling me about something they've been in, I ask questions because I'm trying to understand. Like, how did you get there? Why are you there? How can you get away from it? I'm trying to understand you with everything in me, not one of them people where you be talking to and you be like, oh, okay. Yeah. I'm not one of I'm not one of them kind of people. It's like I'm saying you start a conversation with me and you say something, um, I'm like that person that we possibly can be standing there talking an hour later. And that's just the truth. And sometimes I vibe with people like that and sometimes I don't. Sometimes I don't. But if that is all, we gonna get out of here up under we gonna be up under the hour. But you all, I thank you for joining me. If y'all didn't see the chicken video, the frying chicken video, and you don't know how to fry chicken yet, y'all go and check that live out from earlier today. But this is Life with Tashanna, where life is like a box of chocolate. Whenever you come into this live, you never know what you're gonna get. You're gonna get whatever happened during that day, whatever thoughts is in my mind, and whatever questions or whatever you may ask. That's what we're gonna be talking about on that day. We never come live with anything that we gonna talk about unless like we did the one from earlier today. Is like we ain't got no intention. We just somebody told me one time that they like that I gotta go with the flow kind of lives that I do. We don't make up no nothing. I don't write no notes, though sometimes I probably should. But for the most part, I just come on and we on the telephone. We talking on the telephone. That's what I call it. But this is Life with Tashauna, where life is like a box of chocolate. You never know what you're gonna get. And we are called the high class gardeners over here. And that just means that we are always growing on the inside and on the outside. Um, And the high class part is we don't mess around with no snakes, no bugs, no worms, and definitely no frogs. Now we got a couple of people over here that mess with those kinds of things, because you need somebody to weed those things out of the garden or whatever. And sometimes those people show up in your life that kind of resemble those kinds of things, and we don't mess with them either. But we will pray for them over here, and sometimes we'll kick them up out of here. I don't know. Hi, hysterical disaster. Thank you so much. Um, but you know, if you want to be a high class gardener, that's all you got to do is hit that subscribe button, hit the bell notifications, put it on all so that you can catch all of our videos, our shorts, and our lives. Um, and I know I talk a lot to people about the things that I've been through that some people may not know. A lot of the things that I go through, that I've gone to. But if you want to know some of those things that I've been through, you can go back into, go to my older videos where I talk all the time. I try not to do it so much like right now because I feel like I done talked about it so much unless like it come up, but if you want to know some of those things about me, the stories are here. Um, you can check them out and find out some of those things that I've been through. Um, but yeah, we over here and we like to talk about everything. We like to have grown folks conversations, not like that. I'm talking about like there's something we can bring up and we can talk about it like we're adults. We don't have to argue about it. You want an opinion about something you may have been through on that day. Ask the question and say it happened to somebody else. It don't have to be you, but we can talk about the conversation so we don't make it about, you as a person per se. Because sometimes we just want to know that we're not on a limb by our own self in the things that we going through. At least that's one of the things I know. Sometimes I feel like I'm alone in some of the things that I go through. And only to come and find out that nope, you're not alone by yourself. And some people are very grateful for some of the things that I come and talk about, because some of them are like in bondage to whatever it is that they're going through, and it's like it gives them like a boost of courage to be able to talk about the things that they go through. So if that's how I can help somebody, I'm forever grateful and thankful that I can be of service in that way. And we can then help each other grow at all times. This is something I ain't said in a long time. Those of you who like to eat salads and stuff like that, there is no reason that you should be taking the seeds that come out of your cucumbers or your tomatoes or anything else you put in your salad that got seeds in it, that you should be raking it in the garbage can. You should be taking that stuff and raking it on the ground somewhere outside. And again, I ain't telling you, you don't got to do no work. Just go rake it on the ground outside and watch. You too then can be growing outside. And it's just that simple. It doesn't, people think gardening or growing something is, ask people that have like a compost pile. If you ever, and you throw raw vegetables or fresh vegetables inside of that compost bin, on any given day, you can go out to that compost bin and you can have vegetables growing in a compost pile. So when I'm telling you, you can throw something on the ground and it will grow and take off its own self. How I know, I threw a whole bag of mixed beans out in the yard, just threw them out like I was feeding the squirrels or something. They all popping up and growing. It's that easy to grow. Some people keep saying, that's a lot of work. That's hard work. Nope. I just told you, I just took it and slung the beans out there, got beans growing everywhere. Ain't do much of anything. So then when hard times come or whatever, ain't nobody tell you you can't eat because you ain't got no money, and you can't eat because of this, you can't eat because of that. Go out there and grow something yourself. And then you don't have to, another thing, compost bin, you put potato peelings inside the compost bin. I didn't say a potato. You put potato skins in a compost bin. You turn that compost over, and 9 times out of 10, you're gonna find potatoes growing all through that compost. So no excuse that you shouldn't be able to just grow something. Throw it on the ground and watch it grow. So there you go. And I guarantee you there's an excitement that's going to come along with it when you see it growing. You're going to get super excited. Just like when you get something in real life and you grab a hold of it and you proud of yourself once you make it through that thing that you're going through. It's like winning a court case or something like that. You're excited when it's finally over. You won. You're done. So grow something and make sure you growing on the inside while you growing something. Y'all have an amazing night. I will see you all next time we hit the live button. And hopefully RJ gonna come soon and tell us, or he may make a comment up under the thing and I'll highlight it. I'll pin his opinion about, but I wouldn't want him to say out loud, what was your chicken like, RJ? So we can all hear him ourselves. So but y'all have an amazing night. Good night, Shamika. Y'all have an amazing night and keep growing.